Wouldn't it be nice to get paid for this?
What?
I get paid for this part of it, the stream part of it. That's all of our stream stuff. Yep.
Oh, what's that?
We're live. We just got it on the. Yep.
This is the plan. So live here in the Birdcage tonight, we got a BRC matchup between 1 and 12 Chippewa Falls and 8 and 6 Hudson Raiders. I'm Landon Teese alongside Gabe Vargas here in the Birdcage. Gabe, again, it's been a long time since I've thrown the headset on you and been up here in the booth with you. It's just a great feeling.
Yeah, it's been a little long, I've been doing all these basketball games here by myself. I'm calling it by myself. I'm running the stream by myself. And honestly, I've been a little lonely up here. And I had COVID last week, and then we just haven't been able to connect and get a game out. But now that we're finally together, it's been a long time, but it's a long time coming. But I'm happy to be calling a game with you because, man, it does get lonely up here.
All right, so let's talk about these Cardinals here. Not a strong season at all, only coming in 1 and 12, and their last game at home against River Falls was a loss, only 45-47, 2-point loss. But Gabe, I've been looking at these guys' schedule. Like at least 6 to 5 of their games have been less than a 5-point loss.
I've been noticing that too, and like watching the Cardinals play, they're able to compete with these teams, and they're able to come within 5 to 10 points of these teams. It's just they're not able to finish, right? They're streaky. You watch them play, they go on an 8 to 12 point run, and then they're silent for the next 5 minutes, right? And so it's just a matter of getting consistently scoring points through the rest of the game. And if they can figure out throughout the second half of the season, I think it'll be a lot better for the Chi-Hi team.
Exactly, and the Cards coming in with a 6-game losing streak. Hudson coming in with a loss against Marshfield, 63-65, also a 2-point loss. A 1-game losing streak for Hudson. But these two teams, let's talk about, this is the one victory that Chi-Hi had coming exactly 1 month ago.
And he had it on a buzzer beater.
Mason Minarski coming with a buzzer beater and beating the Raiders in Hudson a month ago, and that was just a crazy game. I saw that last-second shot on Twitter, and I was just like, oh, my gosh, that was just nuts. The inbound and then the pull-away 3 for the win. So
imagine if that was at the Birdcage and we would have been able to call that.
Oh.
What a hype and exciting moment for the Chi-Hi Cardinals. And so, looking at the game tonight, hopefully they can pull away with something like that again, but maybe have it not be as close.
Exactly. All right, I like to have that little bit of a cushion lead, and
right.
just be able to play it safe and not have too many turnovers tonight, and let's see if we can come away with the win and get these Cards a victory tonight.
Yep.
We're going to step away real quick. Don't go away. We'll be back live here on Cardinal TV. All right.
Guys. Okay.
Live back here in the birdcage, we got our very own Gabe Vargas downstairs with the head coach of the Cardinals, Mr. Jason Prue. Gabe, what do you got down there?
Jason Prue. And so, Coach Prue, tonight, what did we do to prepare to beat these Hudson Raiders?
Well, we got to stop the ball. That's the number one thing. Andre Renta is a handful to keep out of the lane, and it's going to take all 5 of us to do so. So it starts on ball, and then the guys helping behind.
All right, and so we won the last game against the Hudson Raiders on a buzzer beater from Mason Minarski. And so what did we do in that game to succeed and pull away with the victory there?
Well, I thought we ran our stuff really well. We had some guys come in, and we ran our offense real well. We shot the ball off those actions, and we're expecting to run some good offense in this one, and knock down some open shots.
And finally, Mr. Prue, what did we do to prepare against offensively and defensively for these Hudson Raiders tonight?
Well, they're going to bring the pressure defensively, so we've did a lot of work the last couple of days of double teams and ball pressured, facing those things and recognizing, seeing past the pressure so that we can have an advantage on the backside.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach Prue. We're going to take it back up to Landon. Thank you for tuning in live from courtside on Cardinal TV.
Thank you, Gabe, and thank you, Coach Prue, for the great interview. We're going to step away again real quick. When we come back, we'll give you some couple stats before the game starts. We'll be back here live on Cardinal TV. Live back here in the birdcage. We're just a couple seconds away from the national anthem here, so we'll take a step away for a little bit and we'll stand up and do the national anthem.
Coach and spectators is a part of good sportsmanship. Please help foster the spirit of good sportsmanship by appreciating the efforts of both teams, the coaches, and the officials in tonight's contest in a positive manner. At this time, would you all please rise and honor America by removing your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
God bless America and God bless this game of basketball.
All right, Gabe, we're just seconds away here. We got our starting lineups by our very own David downstairs, and we'll take a listen on that.
6'3" junior, number 5, Ben Healy. At a forward, a 6'3" junior, number 12, Ben Burkhoff. At a forward, a 6'4" senior, number 15, Evan Tyler. And a guard, a 6'3" senior, number 23, John Witcher. Head coach of Hudson is Greg Larson. Varsity assistant Jason Swavely. Now for your Chippewa Falls Cardinals. A 6'3" senior, number 2, Dion Wyman. A 5'11" junior, number 4, Kansas Smith. A 6'6" junior, number 5, Jackson Tomzak. A 6'4" junior, number 15, Frank Lindner. And a 6' junior, number 21, Mason Menarski. Head coach of the Cardinals is Jason Crew, assisted by Jason Nichols and Mitch Howard.
All right, Gabe, here we go.
Man, I'm excited for this game of basketball.
See who's got the jump tonight for the Cardinals.
Looking already, there's quite the size difference between the Hudson Raiders and the Chi-High Cardinals. Those Hudson Raiders looking pretty big on their side of the ball.
There's one person on that team that is not above 6 foot.
Wow.
Here we go. Menarski just had a little bit of a head start, but it's going to be white ball, and the Cardinals are going to win the jump by the ball going out of bounds. Interesting way to start off the night, but sometimes that's how it goes.
Yeah, only 5 seconds into the game, and the ball's out of play.
Jan Twyman will take the inbound for the Cardinals. 0-0 as we get this game underway. Tomzak's looking for a pass. By Menarski, Kansas, outside the arc. Back out to Tomzak. Trent Linder with a start tonight for the Cardinals. Good to see him into the starting lineup. Still looking for a pass, looking for the first shot of the night. But looking at the free throw line, back out to Kansas. Taking it nice and easy for the Cardinals. Back and forth as Menarski unloads a 3. And offensive rebound by Kansas Smith. Tomzak's going to unload a 3 from the back on the outside, and that's going to go in and out. And timeout by the Cardinals. And the ball was just going around like a pinball there, Gabe, for a little bit.
You know, and that's already nice to see that Chi-High's already making those offensive rebounds. You know, they haven't been doing that all season, and so it's great to see them coming out hot.
Exactly. Kansas Smith there with the offense rebound, and surprised to see Menarski. He unloaded that 3 for the Cardinals, and, I mean, he leads the team in points per game with 14.8. Solid PPG for him, and, you know, talking about who feeds him the ball all the time, Keon Twyman, 60 assists on the season, and at least half of those are a little under that have been to Menarski. So Menarski, he's just having himself a first-team all-conference kind of season this year.
Yeah, he's looking well, and so hopefully that the Chi-High offense here can keep on shooting from outside the arc and make some capitalize on those threes there. That's how they're going to be able to take away this one against Hudson.
Linder will take the inbound and pass it to Twyman. Twyman searching for a pass. Menarski, he's going to go and tip there by the Raiders. Back out to Tomzak. Still looking for a pass. He's going to find Twyman there on the outside. Tomzak, he's got a wide open look from the top of the key. He comes off the back rim and rebounded there by the Raiders. And they're going to have their first look on offense of the night. And they're going to say last touch by Twyman there on the boundary by the hoop.
Yeah, great defense there by Keon Twyman. Let's hope they can lock down there and keep the Hudson Raiders from scoring.
Back into the paint on the outside. It's number 23, John Witcher, is going to nail the first 3-point and get our first points of the game. 3-0 our score. Tomzak is on the outside. Still looking for a pass. Menarski to Smith. And a holding call called on number 5. That's Ben Healy, sorry. First team foul for the Raiders tonight. We'll see if anybody will get into foul trouble tonight, Gabe, and maybe cost somebody to sit out of the game, and maybe a playmaker on the Raiders to give the Cardinals a little bit of an edge.
And, you know, that's been a historical trend here at these games here in the Birdcage. So, you know, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for both of these teams to go into a bonus.
Back out to Linder. Cardinals still really haven't had too much of offense, a lot of passing. He's going to find Twyman wide open there, and he's going to bury the 3 on the outside, and he ties the game up 3-3.
Great shot and look there by Keon Twyman, wide open for an open shot.
Hudson's going to take one of their own, but it's not going to connect, and Twyman's going to come down with the rebound. Number 12, Ben Burkhoff, was looking for a 3 but couldn't connect. As Tomzak, he's going to be looking for a pass. He's going to find Smith. They're still on the outside of the arc. And loses the ball a little bit, trying to head to the hoop. It's Trent Linder looking for a pass. Tomzak takes a step back. Still tightly guarded there by number 15, Evan Tyler.
And looking at this Hudson defense, they're giving it to Chi High. They're giving Chi High a little bit of a hard time here, so forcing Chi High to shoot outside the arc.
Some tight defense by the Raiders so far tonight as Narski picks up the loose change there on the outside. And a little bit of strong contact. No whistle, though, as Kansas tries to go to Twyman there on the outside of the key, but tipped out there by number 12. That's Ben Burkhoff. And it's going to be Cardinal ball, and inbounding for the Cardinals is going to be 21, Mason Minarski.
And looking at Minarski already, things are starting to get physical down there. So, like I said, I'm expecting to see this game to go into bonus.
Kansas still searching for a pass. Again, the tight defense by Hudson has just been a little troublesome for the Cardinals so far. Still haven't found too many open shots. Tomzak did have an open look on the top of the key as Minarski tries to take a jumper, and it goes off the rim as the Raiders come down looking for a little bit of a fast break. Tyler looking for a pass here. He's going to work on Minarski in the paint. Nice spin move and right to the rack. Off the glass. Nice points there by Evan Tyler.
And that's the thing I've been noticing here, too, is that because Hudson's defense is so tight, it's able to give Chippewa time to run down the clock and move around with the ball a little bit. So let's hope that Chippewa can capitalize here on their opportunities.
Minarski looking to do the same thing that Tyler did to him, and that's going to go off number 12, Burkhoff. And the Cardinals are going to have another inbound here. Raiders being pretty scrappy with the ball here, really going for it, trying to get a turnover be forced by the Cardinals, but it's just haven't bounced their way just yet as a nice inbound pass there by Minarski, and Twyman's going to go off the glass for a layup.
Look at that. Keon Twyman, number 2, in the paint there. Wide open shot. Great basketball there.
Kansas gets the steal, and Minarski just tries to throw one up there towards the glass, and it's just not going to go as the fast break there for Hudson isn't going to work, and the foul is called. That was Ben Healy trying to go for the layup. And it's going to be called on Trent Linder. That's going to be his first team foul for the Cardinals.
Going to be awarding Ben Healy here with 2 shots at the free throw line. He misses his first.
Can't connect on the first one.
Got some substitutions in for Chi High. Number 1, Dominic Quigley, and number 11, Jackson Google.
Jackson Google, he's been in the starting lineup quite a bit this year, so let's see what he can do off the bench and get some bench points for the Cardinals as Healy tries his second here, and he's going to bury that one. 1 for 2 for the line for Healy and for the Raiders tonight as our first free throws were attempted.
Inbound here for Quigley into Twyman to set the ball back into play here for the Cardinals.
Raiders up 6-5 here with a 13-10 to go in our first half. So Minarski's looking for a pass. He's going to find Tomzak there. Nice tight defense there by Tyler. Really puts the brakes on, tries to throw a long pass, and goes off the hoop and out. And it's going to stay with the Cardinals.
again, that tight defense that Mr. Prue was warning about down there, it's giving the Cardinals a little bit of problems here.
Darcy's going to find Tomzak there outside the arc. No problem so far for inbounding for the Cardinals, as almost a steal there by Andre. Minarski is going to go inside for Google. Working on the Raiders, back out to Quigley. Minarski's going to unload a three, and just a little short. It comes off the rim. And, the Raiders almost had a very easy layup there, but a miscommunication. The ball goes to the paint, to the outside. Reyna's got a wide open look, and he buries that for three.
Open shot there for Andre Reinta. Nothing but net there for the Raiders.
Reinta there gets his first points of the game, as the Cardinals are looking for an answer here, down 4. Tomzak looking for a pass. Going to find Quigley. Well, he thinks twice and keeps the ball. Back out to Tomzak. He's going to find Minarski. Tries to put one up, and a block shot there by number 14, Cash McConnell. Back out to Reinta, and can't connect on his second shot.
Quigley able to come away with the rebound there, giving the ball back over to the Cardinals, and you see the tempo of the game starting to pick up a little bit.
As the Raiders still have a 4-point lead here with 11:20 to go. Google, he searches for a pass. By Minarski, he's going to unload a three, and Minarski's got the three on the outside for his first points of the game.
Gosh, Minarski is just deadly outside the three-point arc, and that's exactly what the Cardinal offense needs.
Minarski is such a big part of this Cardinal offense. There he goes again to the hoop, and he goes off the glass for the layup. Nice fast break points there, and the Raiders call a timeout as the Cardinals take the lead 10-9.
We're going to quick transition over to the ad breaks. People who make this possible, don't go anywhere. Thank you for tuning in live on Cardinal TV.
Live back here in the Birdcage. 10-9 is our score with a little under 11 minutes to go. Coming off the Minarski layup there on the fast break. Raiders decided to talk things over and see if they can come up with an offensive play here to get some points on the board.
Inbound in for Hudson. Reinta on the play, bring the ball in for the Raiders here.
Hudson looking for some open space on the floor. Number 2, Jamison, almost lost the ball there for the Raiders. Reinta working on Google, goes to the rack, and an easy layup for him right off the glass.
And man, Reinta, like Coach Bruce said, is a name that you have to watch out for. He's deadly outside of the arc, and he can go to the hoop, too.
It's a nice move he put on Google there to go right as G. Mason checks into the game. Minarski unloads a three, and a foul is called. And Minarski's going to have 3 from the line.
Wow, that was some aggressive play there. And again, it's getting a little chippy already, 8 minutes into the game here.
Cash McConnell picks up his first foul of the night, second for the Raiders. As Minarski, he's going to have 3 from the line, trying to make up for the three-pointer. And his first comes off the back of the board.
You know, Cash McConnell, Cash Money McConnell. That's an interesting name. I like it. It's got a ring to it.
And his second goes.
Substitutions in for the Cardinals and the Raiders.
Crumbaker is going to be coming in for number 11, Jackson Google, the lefty. As Minarski goes up for his third and drains his third. 2 for 3 from the line for Minarski and the Cardinals tonight. Raiders looking again for some open space, couple fake passes. Back out number 11, Jamison, going in. Back out to Reinta. He's going back to the glass for himself. And a foul is called on the floor on Crumbaker there.
Going to award the Hudson Raiders with an inbound here.
It's Crumbaker's first and second team foul for the Cardinals. As Reinta again on the outside passes it back. Out to Jamison. Reinta trying to go to the rack, and no foul is called. I guess that was all ball on the block there by the Cardinals. As Cardinals looking down, coming a little bit on the fast break, but put the brakes on. And you're going to set up a play here. Mason looking for a pass is going to find Twyman outside the arc. Twyman again searching there on the outside. Back and forth they go again outside the arc. Mason again looking for Twyman. Twyman pump fakes. Back out to Crumbaker. Again, the tight defense by the Raiders is just really halting the Cardinals' offense.
Right, tight man-to-man coverage there.
As
Nice.
As Minarski finds Twyman on the inside of the paint there for the easy layup, and Twyman's got 2 points to add to his total. Great assist there by Minarski finding the open man. As number 11, Tyler Lassard, goes finger roll into the hoop and brings the lead to only one for the Cardinals, 14-13.
Tight game here, Landon. You know, there's a lot of back and forth action, and Cardinals doing a good job taking time off the clock, but Hudson's playing a little bit faster on that offensive side.
I know the Cardinals really taking their time on the offensive side with this tight defense, really looking for the open guy.
Right.
They've taken advantage of a couple fast break points coming off the defensive side of the court, but really Hudson really looking good on the offensive side and really spreading out the Cardinal defense. As Minarski's got a three for himself, and 17-13 is your score.
Wow, again, Mason Minarski just electric outside of the three-point arc. Wonderful to see for this Chi High squad.
He's just such a valid part of this Cardinal offense, as number 2, Grant Jamison, has got a three for himself and answers Minarski's. Twyman looking for a pass is going to find G. Mason. He tries to go to the hoop, puts the break on, back out to Minarski, unloads a three, and just a little bit off mark as Hudson's going to bring the ball up. Jamison going right to the, passes it back out. Back out to number 12 for three, and comes off the hoop. And a foul is called on number 23, John Witcher.
Man, and looking at that Chi High defense, the Hudson Raiders are playing fast basketball. They know how to attack this Chi High defense, which is a little weaker than the Hudson defense, but they're not capitalizing, they're not finishing, and that's giving the Cardinals some lucky breaks here. We got
Ben Burkhoff tried the three-pointer. That didn't go. As Twyman's going to bring it down here for the Cardinals, 17-16, still in favor of the Cardinals with 7 minutes to go here in the first half. As Kansas looking, and stolen there by the Raiders. Going and right off the glass is number 5, Ben Healy. Great fast break points there for the Raiders as Cardinals pick up a turnover. And Twyman looking out to Kansas. The Raiders re-grab the lead 18-17. Coming back out to Tom Zach. Tight, again, really tight defense by Hudson as Tom Zach tries to go off the glass and can't connect with the jumper. Hudson comes down fast. Looking for a pass out to 23, John Witcher. Tyler inside working on Tom Zach. He's going to go up, and a nice touch from Tyler as that's going to fall. Raiders playing a little bit of a press here on Twyman. And the floater doesn't go, and Kansas is going to get a jump ball as Twyman's floater got almost intercepted there by the Raiders.
Man, some tight defensive coverage there by the Hudson Raiders, making the offense for Chi High work a little bit harder.
Interesting call by the Hudson's head coach, Brent Larson, to go a little bit of a press here in the first half.
Yeah, that's bold.
Tyler working on Twyman, passes it back out to Lawrence. And he stumbles and falls, but a blocking foul is called on number 13, Mason Howard.
And looking across the court here, we have a little bit of a student section filling in, coming to support these Chi High Cardinals here. Again, that's always great to see. We have Jay Money in the front, loud and in charge, and he's leading the crowd ready to go.
And number 11 on launch the three, Tyler Lassard, and that's not going to go. And a foul is called on Evan Tyler. His first of the night, team's fourth.
Some substitutions in for the Cardinals. Number 15, Trent Linder, coming in for the Cards. Hudson switching around some players a little bit here on the court.
Hudson still leads here 20-17 with 5:35 to go in the first. Hudson still playing the press D.
Again, bold for being in the first half already.
Time to push the brakes on as he tries to get past number 23, John Witcher here. Out to Minarski, back out to Kansas Smith, looking for his first points. Tries to spin move and goes way off balance, and a turnover by the Cardinals.
You know, unfortunate look there for Kansas Smith, giving the Hudson Raiders an inbound there. But, I mean, looking at the Cardinals, they're moving the ball around well, especially against this this Hudson Raiders defense.
Exactly. I mean, if I'm Coach Prue at halftime, I'm thinking about how to spread this Hudson defense. Has been so tight so far in the beginning stages of this game, and maybe trying to get some open floor space to get Mason Minarski, who's been pretty hot so far tonight. Give him a couple open looks and see if they can put some more points up there.
Yeah.
As Minarski's got the inbound. Easy pass to Twyman. 4:50 to go in the first half as he tries the long pass to Tomzak. Trent passes it back out to Smith. He's going to launch a three and just comes short off the rim and rebounded there by number 5, Healy. Fast up the break for the Raiders. Number 23 pump fakes back out to 11, and he almost loses the ball. And Raiders slow things down here. Witcher's going to pass it over to Lawrence. To Lassard. Long pass to 23. Tries a three. Got it. That's Witcher for the three for Raiders and puts the lead for Hudson to 6, 23-17.
Witcher with 6 points on the night here. All of his points coming from threes. He's looking good, and he was out there defending Keon Twyman.
Linder looking for a pass out to Tomzak. Pump fakes. Going to the hoop and blocked there by number 11. That's Lassard. Lawrence looking for a pass. Lawrence goes inside to Tyler. Long pass out there. Blocked there by Twyman. Is going to fall right into Witcher's hands. Tyler again. Back to Healy. And to Witcher. Witcher might take it himself. Passes it back out to Lawrence. Back to Healy. Good defense here by the Cardinals. Keeping them on their toes. As 3 minutes to go here in the first. As Lawrence launches a long two, and it's going to come off and rebounded there by Lassard. Witcher's going to take a three for himself, and a little long. Comes out another offensive rebound by Tyler. He goes, and the putback is good for Evan Tyler.
Grabbed himself another 2 points there. Long offensive run there for the Hudson Raiders.
Tyler's got himself 6 points on the night as Tomzak looking for a pass to Minarski. Tries to spin move, tries to go off the glass, and that's good for Minarski. And there's a foul and one as Tom's actually going to get the foul, and Tyler's going to head to the line.
4 fouls apiece for each team here.
And only 4 and the 4th team foul for the Cardinals as Tyler heads to the line here.
Got some substitutions in on both sides. Number 1, Dominic Quigley. Number 4, Gubinant Mason. And number 11, Jackson Google in for the Cardinals.
Hudson 1 for 2 from the line tonight. As the and one is good for Tyler. And that's going to push the lead to 7 for the Raiders. Or 9, excuse me.
Cardinals facing a 9-point deficit here, you know, a little silent for a while here. Let's see if they can come away with something and start putting some points up on the board, go on a bit of a run.
2 minutes to go in the first as Minarski passes it back out to Quigley. To Mason. G. Mason passes it back out to Quigley. Again, the tight defense by the Raiders, putting a halt to the Cardinal offense. As G. Mason goes to the hoop and a little strong off the glass. And he can't connect. There's a long pass to Healy. He tries a spin move and good defense there. And a travel is called on Healy as he jumped up and took too many steps. And right in front of the ref, that's going to get called.
Great defense there by number 1, Dominic Quigley for the Cardinals. Able to push Healy there for a traveling call.
1:20 to go. Let's see if the Cardinals can't get 2 or 4 more points here before the end of the half. As Twyman unloads a 3 and a little long, and it's going to fall into the hands of Witcher. He takes a long pass to Reinta. Back out to Healy. He thinks twice, keeps the ball. Long pass to Reinta. Back out to Healy. Reinta's going to unlaunch a 3 and just a little strong, but an offensive rebound by Tyler. And a foul is called. Blocking foul on 24, G. Mason.
It's going to be the 5th team foul for the Cardinals and his first team foul.
Foul was on the floor, so no shots for the Raiders. But they got a chance to take a 11-point lead into the half here.
Yeah, Cardinals are facing a bit of a deficit here with 40 seconds left on the clock.
As Reinta goes to the rack, and he loses it, but it's going to be off the Cardinals. And they're going to have another inbound. A 2-point or a double-digit lead in basketball isn't as safe as you always think, but still is nice to go into the half with a double-digit lead, Gabe.
Right, for the Raiders. Yeah, Raiders are going into the half with a nice, comfortable lead. And so, you know, the Cardinals, I mean, they still have about 18 minutes left on the clock in the second half to be able to do something. But, I mean, it's not always great going into the locker room with such a deficit.
And the Raiders are just going to keep it here probably till the last seconds of the first half. As they're going to try to draw up something and try to take a double-digit lead into the locker room. Up by 9. Reinta from the free throw line. And in and out, doesn't have it. And Twyman's going to launch a long half quarter and off the glass almost went in there. Maybe a little bit of magic that could have sparked something to start the second, but
man, oh man, wouldn't have that got everybody on the birdcage on their feet? You know, that was close.
That was just a little bit longer, and that might have came off and they would have banked it in for a long half quarter there to end. But,
all right, we're going to take a quick ad break here, and after the ad break, we're going to come and talk about some points that we saw, talk about some things that are coming up here in the future for the Cardinals here. We're going to look at the Chippewa Falls Media Productions class. They've made a few segments here to showcase some of our student interns at our local businesses here around the Chippewa Valley. So stay tuned for that. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for tuning in live on Cardinal TV.
All right, I am Mallory Coley. I am a junior in high school, and I work for Kurt Manufacturing. My favorite part about working at Kurt would have to be like everybody that I work with. They're all very patient with like understanding that like I am a little bit younger. And I like how there's always something to do there. Like I never just like stand around and do nothing. I'm constantly doing stuff. I got it because I signed up online through youth apprenticeship and I got an offer for it. I made a resume, I submitted that in an application, and I got like an offer for it. And I've been working since like the beginning of summer.
Sweet.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, don't you know about the bird? Well, everybody knows that the bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird.
I'm Andy Olson, senior at Chi High, and I have a welding apprenticeship at PMI in Bloomer. Walking into PMI is pretty awesome. It's a pretty advanced manufacturing building. Working at PMI is awesome. All the people there are great, super helpful, always helping me out with anything I need, and they treat me just like any other employee. Favorite part about working there is I get to do something different every day. I'm not just stuck in one place. I get to work all around the building, working on different parts. I think it's an awesome opportunity to just kind of dip your toes into the water of manufacturing, something not a lot of the high schoolers get to experience.
Welcome back live to the Birdcage here. I'm Gabe Vargas, alongside me Landon Teese, and we're going to be talking about some stats that we've seen, what they're talking about in the locker room, and maybe some look into the sports in the future for the Chi High Cardinals. So, Landon, what do you think that both teams are talking about in the locker room at this halftime?
Well, if I'm the Cardinals, I'm thinking about getting defensive rebounds, coming off some of these shots that the Raiders had. Evan Tyler's had a couple of offensive rebounds that have gotten him put back points and put in 6 or 8 more points off of offensive rebounds was something they can clean up pretty easily. And for the Hudson Raiders, I'm talking about keeping that tight defense that they've had so far in this entire game that's held the Cardinals to only 19 points. I mean, it's been a very, very tight defense there on that side of the ball, and it's just been causing the Cardinals just some trouble here and there, and a lot of passes just looking for open guys that they just can't get. If they had a shot clock in high school, it'd be a little bit of a problem going on there. But yeah, just all that stuff. And points wise, Evan Tyler right now leading the Hudson Raiders with 7 points in the first half. A couple of twos and 1 point from the free throw line. The Hudson Raiders 2 for 3 from the line. Tonight's only 3 attempts, and the Cardinals 2 for 3 as well, all coming from Mason Minarski. So
yeah, and then looking over to the Cardinals side, the wealth is spread a little less evenly in terms of points for the Cardinals. Keon Twyman with 7 points on the night, and Mason Minarski leading the charge for the Chi High Cardinals with 12 points for the Cards. 19 to 28 your score. The Cardinals facing a 9-point deficit, and yeah, Cardinals got an uphill battle here. If I'm the Hudson Raiders in the locker room, I'm just saying lock down on defense a little more, and they're going to hope to try to ride this one out and try to take away the win here.
Exactly. So let's take a look here at the BRC standings as we sit right now. And Eau Claire Memorial sitting at the top of the conference, 12-2 overall, 7-0 in conference. And from what I'm hearing in school, that Eau Claire Memorial squad for basketball is just unbelievable.
Yeah, watching that Eau Claire Memorial squad, Will Bozer and LJ Wells leading the charge for that team, man. Looking at LJ Wells, he was questionable on eligibility for playing, but he ended up playing for the Memorial squad. And looking at him go, he's their leading point scorer. He's up in the paint. He can dunk. He's athletic. He's a really good asset to their team. And then Will Bozer from outside the three. Man, can that kid shoot. And if you check out BRC Report on Instagram, you can check out their Lacrosse Logan game where they laid down the hammer and had one heck of a night, those two.
Coming in second is River Falls, 12-2 overall, 6-1 in conference. Chippewa Falls only lost by 1 point the other night, which they could have had to win there. And then following close behind is Rice Lake in the third spot, position 4-2 in conference. Following them is the Hudson Raiders, 3-4. Then Eau Claire North, 2-4, as New Richmond following them at 2-5, and then second from the bottom is Chippewa Falls, 1-5 in conference. Their one victory coming against the Hudson Raiders, and at the bottom of the pack is Menominee, 1-5. So Cardinals, they do have got, if they had any hope, they have a lot of work to do to get towards even that middle of the pack of the conference, right. And trying to get at least a half-decent seed in the playoffs.
Right, and that's the thing, if these games that they're having, that they're losing, for the exception of Memorial, really, they're 2 4-point games. Like, they are close games, 1-2 score games. I mean, they faced a bit of a deficit against Eau Claire North, but other than the two Eau Claire teams, they've been pretty close in their games, and just they've been unfortunately unable to capitalize and string something together and come away with a win, which is just devastating for this Chi-High squad. So we're going to look at the next week here in Cardinal sports here. So all of next week for varsity sports, we have a packed week, starting with Monday, January 24th. Boys varsity hockey versus Spash at the Ice Arena at home. Puck drop at 6. Cardinal TV is going to be covering that one. And then play-by-play action is going to be coming from Greg Stewart of WOGO Radio. And then at 7 p.m., we have girls varsity basketball versus Menominee. Tip-offs at 7:15 p.m., at the Menominee High School. Boys basketball also playing Menominee, but they're playing right here at the Birdcage. Tip-off is at 7:15 p.m. Now looking at Tuesday, January 25th, girls varsity hockey at home. Puck drop at 7 p.m., and it's going to be youth night for the Chi-High girls there. Boys varsity hockey versus Eau Claire North at Hobbs. That's going to be one heck of a game. Their puck drops at 7 p.m., and the Chi-High squad's been having a pretty decent season, I'd say so. And then the girls basketball versus Hudson against Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln. Tip-off at 7 p.m. at the Birdcage. All of that happening Tuesday, January 25th.
And we'll take a quick break here, going to the ads. We got a minute 40 here before the second half. Don't go away. We'll be right back here live on Cardinal TV. Live back here in the Birdcage, 30 seconds away from the second half of this BRC game. The Raiders up 28-19 on the Cardinals. Gabe, let's talk about the Cardinals scoring in the first half. Two people scored in the entire first half, Keon Twyman and Mason Minarski. So, I guess something about it in the locker room. We got to spread the love a little bit, to get some other guys open, maybe get them on a hot streak here and maybe get going a little bit of a run.
Exactly. And, we've been seeing that the whole season, though. The two leading point scorers here, Keon Twyman and Mace Minarski, that's kind of been the crux of the Chi-High squad. They just haven't been able to spread that wealth. They haven't been having multiple guys coming up with scoring opportunities. We haven't had multiple guys, coming away and really showing up for the team. It's just been Keon Twyman and Mason Minarski. And, yes, the other guys have been holding their own, and they've been doing well. But, looking at the points and looking at the stats, Minarski and Twyman are leading the charge, followed by Jackson Tomzak as well. So,
All right, as we got the second half here ready to start, as Evan Tyler is going to have the inbound for the Hudson Raiders, and he passes it to Andre Renta. Again, the Raiders are up by 9 points here to start the second half, and the Cardinals can maybe try to play a little bit more tight D, as that doesn't help, as Healy goes right to the hoop to start the second half, and that was definitely a drawn-up play, well drawn-up play by the Hudson Raiders.
yeah, that doesn't help them at all. Now facing a double-digit deficit here with 17:30 left on the clock. Cardinals have a lot of work to do.
As Tomzak almost loses the ball here. And it's going to stay with the Cardinals. Tomzak was in no hurry to get that ball before it went out of bounds.
You saw that
A little bit of a warm-up jog.
Right, he saw that and he's like, it's going out. I ain't going to do anything to stop it. It's going to be my ball anyways. So,
Tomzak still looking for a pass at the top. Out to Linder. And Kansas, he's looking for a pass himself. Trying to go to the rack, popped out there by Reinta into Minarski, and he tries to go off the glass and a little off the mark.
great ball there by Kansas Smith into Mason Minarski, who's in the paint, but just unable to capitalize on that one.
Evan Tyler thought about the three, but decides to go to the rack, and another offensive rebound by him, but a jump ball will be called as Tomzak got two hands on it, and the ball is going to go right to the Cardinals.
All right, good to see here. Inbound for the Cardinals, able to come away with something and start working their offensive magic, trying to get some points back up on the board to come closer with the Raiders.
Interesting stat, the turnovers are tied 3-3.
Really?
So not one team giving the ball to the other that much tonight. So as Tomzak unloads a three from the top, and that's not going to connect as the Raiders grab the rebound as
Whoa.
Rita gets a foul called on the floor. And Kansas Smith is going to grab his first for a blocking foul.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, these teams aren't afraid to be physical here.
So Kansas Smith, that's his first foul. Normally he's got 2 or 3 by the first half. He's a little scrappy guy.
He is. He's all over the place. He's in and out of control. I mean, he's fun to watch. But, yeah, it's surprising to hear that he's getting his first foul in the second half.
I know. I mean, he told me in our math class, he's over 50% of the games he fouls out of. So, I mean.
Not a great statistic to brag about.
As Evan Tyler gets the 2 points there for the Raiders. And a turnover by the Cardinals. And the Cardinals are going to take a timeout here.
We're going to transition over to our ads for the quick 30-second ad break. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for tuning in live on Cardinal TV. Live coverage back here from the Birdcage. And before we go back into live gameplay, let's talk about the Chi High hockey game against Rice Lake last night.
Wow, what a game, man. Me and you both at that game. It was a great atmosphere, a lot of students there. And, the score was 3-1 at the start of the third period. The Cardinals went up 2-0 in the first, and we were feeling good. And then Rice Lake got a goal with less than a second in the second period. And then, they went in with a little momentum. Then after that, I went out to grab a bite to eat in between the second and third. I come back in in 2 minutes or 1 minute was gone, and I saw they scored already.
Yep.
And then, it was tied up 3-3. We were wondering, and all of a sudden the Cardinals just took off. It was something to watch.
They ended up stopping the Rice Lake Warriors 7-3, and I was really hoping that we get a hat trick out of one of them.
Oh my gosh, I wanted to throw the hat on the ice so bad, Gabe.
We haven't had that since Isaac Lindstrom when he was lighting it up for the Chi High squad 2 years ago, and that was the year they actually made it to state. So,
as we come back to live play here, Reta's going to be coming with the inbound to Tyler. Hudson looking for a couple more points to stretch the lead out. Cardinals still drive for points here in the second half as they unlaunch a three, and an offensive rebound by Reinta, once again, the offensive rebounds for the Raiders have just been very good. As an all-ball block there by Twyman, and he grabs it. Going a little bit on the fast break. Through the legs to Minarski, and he goes too hard off the glass.
Shoot.
Oh.
Man, you know, I thought Minarski was going to come away with something there.
He was not happy about that as Tyler thought about the three, decides to go to the hoop, and nice moves coming off the glass for Tyler.
Tyler's been having himself a night here. Now 11 points on the night, all coming from twos, and then he's got one completed free throw.
As Minarski loans a long three off the front of the rim. As Minarski trying to get a little magic going, a little bit of life in the Cardinals. As Reinta tries to go, and a foul is called on Kansas Smith, his second.
And there come the fouls racking up for Kansas Smith.
Second team foul for the Cardinals here, as Reinta's going to have 2 from the line, his first of the evening. As his first one goes.
You know, and that's the thing. The Cardinals have been a little quiet, and like I said earlier, that streakiness is just killing them. It's just killing them.
Reinta's second. And he's going to go in and out. And he'll be 1 for 2 from the line tonight. And it's Tom Zach. He's going to be searching for a pass, looking to get some points here for the Cardinals. Still dry here in the second half. Trying back out to Tom Zach. Back out to Quigley. Sounds like pump fakes. Tight defense is being played on Minarski, trying to keep him contained. Is a great game plan by the Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, he can, if you let him get going, I mean, it can be a little bit dangerous.
Right, the Raiders know that, and so yeah, they're doubling up on him, trying to contain him all that they can. You know, Cardinals facing a 16-point deficit, and the Raiders in the driver's seat comfortably. They're going to want to hold Minarski so he can't score any more points and make any more opportunities for this Cardinal squad.
Again, that tight defense by the Raiders really holding the Cardinals, getting any open shots on this possession. Quigley unloads a three, and it's not going to go as Kansas Smith was on the floor there. Saved there by Andre. Back out to Healy. Through the baseline, and they're going to say that Witzner stepped out.
And, you know, that would have been quite the shot there if he wouldn't have stepped out there. He got nothing but net. Cardinals and Raiders making some substitutions here. Number 24, G. Mason coming in for the Cardinals. And number 14, Cash Money McConnell coming in for the Hudson Raiders.
Tom Zach looking for a pass. Minarski's going to unload a three from the top, and he's got all net with that shot.
Finally ending the Cardinal drought there.
And that was a much-needed three for the Cardinals as Tyler working on Quigley inside the paint. And an offensive foul is called on Tyler. That'll be his second, team's first.
Looking at Quigley here tonight, he's been excellent on defense, blocking a few shots and then drawing an offensive team foul there, you know. Quigley has been having one heck of a night on the defensive side for the Chi-High squad.
Let's see if the Cardinals can pull back within 10 here as down by 13. Google's going to find G. Thought about it, decides to pass it. And tight D on Minarski. Looking for some open space. Back out to G. G's going to launch a three and just short. And it's going to fall into the hands of Ben Burkhoff. As Reinta brings it down again for the Hudson Raiders.
You know, like we said, we need to spread the wealth, but now that they are, the people who haven't scored got to capitalize.
As another offensive rebound there for Evan Tyler as Renta tries a three and short off the front rim and into the hands of Dominic Quigley. That was Ben Burkhoff that tried the three earlier as Benarski still looking for a little bit of magic here to start in the second half, still down 13. And Google goes in between two Hudson Raiders as Quigley tries another three, and he's way short. And
oh, man, air ball. Can't be doing that there.
as the lead for the Raiders will still stay at 13.
Cardinals with an uphill battle here. 11:20 left on the clock. I mean, still got time to work with, but, you know, the Chi-High offense hasn't been clicking like they were in the beginning of the first half.
G. Mason goes up with some great defense, but another offensive rebound, and Renta goes off the glass, and the offensive rebounds and the second chance points are just killing the Cardinals right now as they push the lead to 15. And that's going to be off the Hudson Raiders as Google tried to pass the ball.
In for Hudson Raiders, number 11, Tyler Lassard. And in for the Cardinals, number 2, Keon Twyman, making in some substitutions here, putting in some fresh legs on both sides.
You know, that game, I'm looking down at the scorers table, and Mike Thompson, they're watching the Badgers basketball game down there on the tablet. So,
yeah, they got, what is it, a minute left before the game starts? Trying to read it from up here. Oh, man, Mr. Thompson knows what's up. That's going to be a good game tonight, too. Yeah, that Michigan State squad has been playing well, but, I mean, they've been kind of falling apart the past week.
Yeah, and the Badgers, you know, ranked 8th, and they just came off a good win against Northwestern. So they got a little bit of momentum on their side. Raiders looking for an open spot. Renta doing all the work so far, and that's going to get the touch and roll in for the Raiders.
Yet another point for Andre Renta here. He's been waking up here in this second half.
He's got 10 points. And just, I mean, the second half for him has been outstanding.
Yeah. He was a little quiet in the beginning of the first half, but starting to wake up here and fire up for the Hudson squad. And Keon Twyman in the paint goes to the hoop, and he grabs 2 points for the Cardinals, ending the Cardinal drought there again.
A nice two-step move for Keon Twyman. Brings the lead back for the Raiders only to 15. And still a little bit of work as Renta loads a three, and that's not going to go.
All right, and this is where it's time for the Cardinals to wake up. Got some points here. Let's see if they can gain some momentum and make this a game.
Somebody's going to have to put the team on their back, Gabe, here and just start going on a run. As Benarski passes it back out to Twyman. Wide open look for three and can't connect. And the rebound there by number 14, Cash McConnell. As an unloaded three for Burkhoff is not going to go. Back out to Renta. As Keon Twyman was there to make him think twice on the 3-point from the key. As the Raiders go to the rack, and a little long for number 14, McConnell once again. Had an easy layup and just couldn't connect. As Tomzak unloads a three, and again short from the three ball, and the Cardinals have just, the three ball has just not been falling tonight, Gabe.
Oh, man, no, it's been detrimental. And, you know, to win the game, you got to score points. You got to be shooting from outside the three and capitalizing on those threes, and the Cardinals just haven't been doing that tonight.
And a foul is called on Jackson Google, it looks like. And that's going to be his first. Or his second, excuse me.
That's number 0, Andre Renta, to the line there. Awarded some free throws here. He sinks his first.
Right, 2 for 3 from the line tonight.
Substitutions and fresh legs in for the Cardinals. Number 3, Christian Crumbaker. Number 4, Kansas Smith. And then coming in for the Raiders, number 4, Owen Wedge. Fresh legs for both sides of the ball here.
Right, with his 4th attempt of the night, and he's got it. As the Raiders are, let's see, 5 for 7 tonight from the line, Gabe. So not great, but not terrible.
No, I mean, a lot better than what we're seeing with, season averages, and then the girls' side too. That's been a little tougher to watch.
G. Mason thought about the 3, but decided to keep it back out to Minarski. He unloads a 3, and he's got it. And that's going to cut the lead to 14 for the Raiders.
That's the thing, Minarski, he's deadly outside the 3. Now they just got to keep on giving him the ball.
As a foul is called on Christian Crumbaker. That's going to be his second.
Getting a little close to bonus here. Hudson, was a little bit more physical in the first half, but Hudson's been playing some clean basketball here in the second. I was expecting the teams to go into bonus, but now it seems like Chippewa is going to be the one that's going into bonus here.
Only 1 foul for the Raiders so far, as Owen just about loses the ball there. Witcher looking for a pass. As Witcher again. Back out to Jamison.
Crowd getting behind the Cardinals here, getting them for defense.
Wedge thought about it. And a double dribble is called on Healy. That'll be a turnover, and the ball is going to go right back to the Cardinals.
Inbound here for Minarski into Twyman. Twyman bringing the ball back into play here for the Cardinals.
Twyman, he's got himself 7 points on the night. See if he can't put some more up on the board. As Crumbaker, he thought about it. Tries to spin move and looking for a pass. Find Kansas Smith. Tries to go to the glass, and he's going to be fouled. Number 11, Tyler Lassard.
Smith looking to grab some points here from the free throws.
Kansas gets his first.
Nothing but net there, putting a point on for the Cardinals.
And the second one's going to fall 2 for 2 for Kansas Smith. And 4 for 5 for the Cardinals from the line tonight, as Witcher is going to bring the ball up for the Hudson Raiders. Back out to Jamison. Long pass for the Raiders. Witcher takes a couple steps back, and Twyman almost forces a over and back. Oh, and the impound, that's going to stay with Hudson there. When they come off Keon Twyman's foot there in the paint. Which are looking for a pass. And a timeout called by Hudson.
We're going to take a quick 30-second ad break and give some ad space to the people who make this game possible. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for tuning in live on Cardinal TV.
Let's see. Live back here in the birdcage. Cardinals with a 12-point deficit. Looking to come back here, 6:35 to go. And I just want to talk a little bit about Mason Minarski lighting up the floor once again. 18 points tonight and 4 threes for him as well. And, the Cardinals, if the offense just gets going just a little bit, who knows what can happen here in the final 6.5 minutes here.
Yeah, they were looking good.
As the impound basket, Healy is going to go, and off the glass he goes. And the Raiders are going to grab 2 points. Twyman. Smith, he goes to the baseline. Back out to Twyman. Smith goes around, tries to set the pick. But it's not going to go. Crumbaker tries to go to the glass and just can't connect it off. And it's going to stay with the Cardinals. Came off Evan Tyler's arm there.
It's going to be an inbound here for the Cardinals, correct?
Yep, Mason Minarski is going to be putting the ball in here to G. Mason. Crumbaker pump fakes and goes back in and gets an almost open look and just short there off the hoop for Christian Crumbaker as he's be guarding Evan Tyler, who towers over him by it's like 7 inches or so. Gabe.
Yeah, the shortest player on the court and probably the tallest player on the court. Man, oh man, that Cardinal squad a little smaller, but hey, they're small but mighty, right?
As Pastor Reinta, he's going to go to Jameson, just a floater, and that's not going to go into the hands of Mason Minarski. Crumbaker puts the brakes on, tries to do the spin move, and G's pass gets intercepted there by Healy.
That was the right idea, but just Hudson defense again has just been locked down all night long.
Cardinals' 5th turnover of the night. Tight defense there by Crumbaker. Passed off to Minarski. Tyler working on him. And a nice block there by Mason Minarski. Leaves the Raiders empty-handed, and the long pass to Crumbaker. Tries to go to Smith as he dives for it, but just can't reach it.
Shoot.
And Healy's pass gets blocked there by G. Mason. The second chance points, and the and one for Healy.
Another 2 points on the board. Some subs coming in for the Cardinals. Number 13, Mason Howard. Number 5, Jackson Tomchek.
And G. Mason's going to grab that foul. The Cardinals' 6th of the night.
Hudson now in bonus.
And as Twyman's going to bring it up here, the Cardinals down 16 with 4 to go here in the second half in the birdcage.
They have a pretty big deficit to make up in about 4 minutes. I mean, miracles can happen, but...
As Rainey gets the pick off, and he's going to go finger roll into the basket, and 2 more for the Raiders.
Miracles don't happen like that. 3:58 left on the clock.
And a timeout is called by Coach Prue.
And so, what do you think that the Chi High squad is going to be talking about in this timeout break?
I mean, they got to keep the second chance points away from the Raiders. That's been happening all night. They've gotten the offensive rebounds, and the putback points have just been tremendous for the Raiders, which is a good part of their game plan. I mean, if you get second chance points, that's a big I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, advantage.
Yeah, right. Now, before we go back into gameplay, we're going to look at next week in sports. We didn't get to cover Thursday next week, so we're going to look at the sports that we're covering Thursday, January 27th. We have a boys varsity swim meet versus River Falls. It's a dual meet at the Bird Dish at 6:30 p.m. It's going to be senior night, so a special thank you and shout-out to the seniors on the Chi High squad. And then boys hockey versus New Richmond at the New Richmond Sports Center. Puck drop at 7 p.m. Hoping to come away with a victory there.
Yeah, and the Cardinals hockey, they've had a good season. The record just doesn't show it. I mean, they had a stretch there of 4 or 5 games where they lost by 1 goal, and just like the basketball team losing by 5 points. It's tough when you lose by that little.
It is really hard. State.
As Menarski's going to have the inbound to Tomzak. And under 4 to go here in the birdcage. Cardinals down by 18.
Uphill battle for them to climb. Hudson pretty comfortable in the driver's seat here.
And Twyman looking for a pass. Menarski. Long pass to Tomzak. And Hudson playing a little bit of double coverage on Twyman. Inside pass to Kansas, and he's going to draw the foul.
3 team fouls for the Hudson Raiders.
And Ben Healy's going to grab his second foul of the night.
Sending Kansas Smith to the line for some free throws here. 2 for 2 on his 3 free throws. Let's see if he can make that 4 for 4.
And the thing is, you got to make your free throws to come back too, and the Cardinals have proved that, only missing 1 tonight. So
Kansas Smith now 4 for 4 on his free throws, 100% for his free throws tonight.
Cardinals are going to probably be going full press here for the rest of the night as Raider tries to go coast to coast, and a foul is called on the floor. That's going to be on Mason Howard, his second.
Coast to coast. I like that. Coast to coast and loose change. That was fun, too. Hudson at the line yet again. Andre Reinta getting some free throws here for the Raiders.
3 for 4 on the night for Andre as he drains the first of the 1-and-1.
31-48 your score with 3:11 left on the clock. It's going to look like a win for the Hudson Raiders tonight.
As in and out for Reinta's second there. As he's 4 for 6 from the line tonight. And Mason Minarski. And that's going to fall, and he's still on the ground. And that is not good for the Cardinals.
No. Hopefully it's just a rolled ankle, something minor.
That's how I'm thinking of this. And he's walking pretty good. Tough kid. Played football with him this fall.
Yep. It's good to see him walking that off. Don't want to see him injured. He is one of the most valuable assets on this Chi-High squad.
Still with 18 points on the night. Mason Minarski, the team leader. As Tomzak unloads a 3 from the top and short once again. The Cardinals' threes have just not been going down.
No.
And that is the tonight's story for the Cardinals.
That rim has been pretty unforgiving for the Cardinals.
It's picked off there by Kansas. He dishes it to Crumbaker, and he gets the and one off the glass. And that's going to be on Healy. That'll be his third of the night. And 4th team foul for the Raiders. Crumbaker to the line. He's going to be shooting his first of the night.
Was that Smith or Crumbaker on the points there?
Crumbaker.
Okay. Just making sure he gets his points here.
As he drains the 1-and-1.
Hudson in, Cash Money in on the inbound, or John Witcher, in on the inbound for the Raiders.
As the presses and foul is called on Mason Howard. That's going to be his third and team's 8th for the night. As number 23, John Witcher, is going to head to the line for the 1-and-1.
not the results they were wanting to see against these Raiders tonight.
As he drains the first.
Game was a little closer in Hudson, and Cardinals struggling a little more tonight, and that Hudson defense is just too much for the Cardinal offense to overcome.
Raiders 8 for 11 tonight from the free throw line. Not too bad as the pass just goes out of reach of Kansas, but picked up by Crumbaker. As Crumbaker goes to the glass and just a little hard, a little too much muscle from Christian Crumbaker. As the long pass is almost picked off by Crumbaker, and it's going to stay with the Raiders.
Brilliant athletic move there by Crumbaker. He's small, but he can move around the court. He's got quite the vertical there. Great athlete for the Chi High program.
And a foul is called on Mason Howard. That's going to be his fourth, 9th team, and Andre Renta is going to go to the line for the 1-and-1.
1:47 left on the clock. 52-34. Your score.
Renta drops his first. Seven for 9 from the line for Andre.
In for Hudson, number 4, Owen Wedge, putting some fresh legs out on the court there for the Raiders.
And that's going to fall. And a foul is called on Mason Howard. And that's going to be the end of his night as he fouls out.
Taking an early shower tonight. Easton Bob coming in for Howard. Now a 20-point deficit for the Cardinals.
Mason Howard, 5 fouls for him, as Rita can't connect on his first. And now in the double bonus. So 2 no matter what for the Raiders the rest of the way out here.
Yep. Hudson almost making a substitution there. Juking out our PA guy down there. There we go. Now in for Hudson, number 11, Tyler Lassard.
70% from the free throw line tonight for Andre Renta, 7 for 10. As Cardinals, Crumbaker tries to go to the glass, and he's going to be fouled there. And Ben Healy, that's his 4th and 15th foul for the Raiders.
Crummy's getting some throws here. Let's see if he can get some up on the board for the Cardinals.
And misses the first. 1 for 2 tonight for Christian. As the second goes, and 2 for 3 tonight for Christian Crumbaker. And a foul is called on Jackson Google. That'll be his 3rd, and team's 11th.
Man, quite a few fouls here for the Cardinals. Well into the double digits. Giving Ben Healy some free throws here at the line.
And his first will go. Zeke Johnson checking in for Keon Twyman.
25 in for Hudson, Will Ashenbrenner.
Ben for his second, and that's going to be good. as 3 for 4 tonight from the line for Ben Healy.
See Johnson out to Crumbaker at the top of the key, hands it off to Smith. Smith in the paint, out to Johnson, out to Bob. Crumbaker looking around, assessing his options. Out to Johnson. Bob. Google at the top of the key, goes for it. Unfortunate for Google.
As Will Witcher brought that down for Hudson Raiders. Wedge looking, passes it to the top. And Hudson looking just to drain out the rest of this clock here. 40 seconds to go. Cards down by 22. And inside of the paint out and stolen away there by Bob. 6th turnover for the Hudson Raiders as Crumbaker goes to the glass, and a nice touch by Crumbaker there. Pull back within 20. Google gets a nice little jumper to get some points for him tonight. And that'll be the end of the game. Hudson Raiders are going to pull away 57-39 tonight in the Birdcage.
Looking at the final point totals for the Hudson Raiders, leading the charge, tied 16 apiece are Andre Reinta and Ben Healy, followed closely by Evan Tyler with 11 points, John Wisher with 8 points, and Tyler Lessard with 2 points. And then looking at the Cardinals squad, Keon Twyman finishing the game with 9 points. Kansas Smith grabbing himself 4. Christian Crumbaker grabbing 6. Jackson Google getting himself 2 points at the end of the game there. And then Mason Minarski, your overall point leader for the Cardinals, with 18 points on the board for the Cardinals tonight. And so, Landon, looking at that, what are we thinking?
It was all about the three-pointers tonight, Gabe. All about the three-pointers. The three-pointers just did not drop for the Cardinals, and that just killed them overall. And Mason Minarski tried multiple times. Obviously, he hit a couple, had 4 or so tonight. And, Tom Zaki tried it multiple times, and they weren't falling. And, you look at back, and if some of those made a fall, the momentum might have shifted, and, the Hudson might not have gotten up by 15, and then that just kind of started tumbling from there. And, that's just how the ball falls sometimes tonight.
Yeah, it was tough to watch Chi High tonight. It was a way closer game, way more fun to watch there in Hudson. Regardless of the score, it was just a higher scoring game. And yeah, it was a tough day here in the Birdcage, but we're looking forward to some more stuff to come. So.
And looking at the free throws for tonight, Hudson 13 for 17 from the free throw line. Andre Reinta, of course, had the most attempts, 7 for 10, 70% from the line for him. And so pretty decent night from the line for the Raiders. Over for the Cardinals, 8 for 10 tonight, 80% from the line. And Kansas Smith really leading that, 4 for 4 from the line for him. And, so the free throws were not the problem tonight. They didn't get to the line too much, only 5 times. So, that's a good part to see for the Cardinals, looking at that.
Right.
Free throws definitely a big part of the game, and so they conquered that part tonight. Turnovers tonight, Hudson did have one more turnover than the Cardinals, 6 for the Hudson Raiders and 5 for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals. So turnovers pretty even tonight. The three-pointers, I wish we would have had a total for that of how many attempts that we had, so we could say that, but that was just the downfall of the Cardinals tonight. So
yep, just a tough showing all around for the Cardinals. So
the Hudson Raiders, they're going to move to 9-6 on the season and get back to 500 in the conference, 4-4, as Chippewa Falls Cardinals are going to fall to 1-13 on the season and 1-6 in conference, still winless at home for the Chippewa Falls Cardinals, and pushes the losing streak to 7 for Chi High. And Hudson, they're still sitting at the middle of the pack in the BRC, and Chippewa Falls is going to fall to the basement here after tonight, and just a tough blow again for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it was a tough game here for the Cardinals indeed tonight. So that just about wraps up our coverage here for Cardinal TV live from the Birdcage here tonight. Before you go, I'd like to remind you to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Let us know that we're doing a good job. It's all students that are putting on this live stream. All of the live streams here on Cardinal TV are brought to you by the students. It's not a professional squad. It's not me and Landon here. Our student athletes, students involved in the school, and it's just been a wonderful class to see. So, again, before you go, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell to be made aware of every single Chi High game that we cover. We get the scoop, and we'll keep you in the loop. So I'm Gabe Vargas.
I'm Landon Teese.
And thank you so much for tuning in to the varsity basketball game tonight. Peace and